here we go.
Upset on high alert here.
No time to turtle. Is that in your favor? You're gonna win. My God! Getting a double kill.
Picks up another one. Picks up a second. Picks up a third.
How's it going, Gears fam? It's your boy Jedi, and today we're gonna be doing an open bracket prediction video. As you can see in the video before me talking, awesome preview. I'm gonna have a little bit of a discussion on all the rosters ranked from lowest to the highest, like from 40 to the first ranked team in the open bracket. And after that, I'll do the predictions with the bracket on the challenge site. And if it doesn't work, I'll just tell you and move my mouse around and stuff. But starting at 41, we have Fringe. Don't really know the roster. I also tried really hard last night trying to figure out all the rosters and who's on what team, and yeah, pretty much that was it. And next we have number 40, Never Silver. Like I said earlier, don't really know these rosters. Gonna be like this for a little while. C6, you have Blank Mind and Vids. Don't know the other three, but Blank Mind has been competing since season 1, on and off, I'm assuming. So he kind of has some experience under that belt. They might get past the first round, depending who they play. 38th ranked team is TLG. Don't really know them that much. 37th ranked team in the open bracket, TTR Gaming. Same thing, don't really know them that much. The 36th ranked team is carrying Apollo, which is Apollo, Tiny, Toast, Amber. Don't know who their fifth is. I'm assuming they're picking someone up at the door. And got some solid players, a bunch of grinders on this team. They could upset a team in the first round. I really don't know what this team is or who's on this team and why they named it BW2791S team. But yeah, I don't know at all what that roster is. 34th ranked roster is the FYC Ladies squad. You got Elegance, Millie, Strafes, Ice Cube, and Callie Snow. Eloquence has a background. She's with Noxious, so maybe this roster will have some good IGLing to help them get past the first round. Who knows? From Eloquence. Coachables, don't really know who's on this roster. Misro, we have Shivy, Godly, Cross, Scarin, and Anthony. Anthony, I remember him playing in UE and some of the beginning of season 1, so he has some experience. It looks like he's coming back. Shivy, former Canadian player, played in Toronto Regional. Godly, if it's the Godly I know, he tells everyone that he's the one that made demo, so maybe he can make these players good enough to get past at least the first round. 31 ranked team is called Full Metal Gaming. I'm not too sure on who's on this roster, but I played, if it's the same roster that I played against in 2Ks and GBs, they're okay. I think they could get past through at least the first round. Roblox Pros, their roster consists of, pretty sure I found it in here. My apologies for not writing that one in. I thought I wrote them all in there. I did get a DM from someone, so I really appreciate it that he did that. We have Gears Maddox, Yoniel, Arise Optimus, Outlaw Crimson, and Palmzilla. So there's some solid players in there and understand and know how to play the game. And then the 29th ranked team in the open bracket, we have Warzone, Fresh, HZ1 King, Blessed, and Disciplinary. I think that's who the fifth is. It's not Exceedings. He did not show up to LAN. So if they had him, they would have had a lot more slaying power. They're a pretty solid team. They could probably get past through the first round in the open bracket. Rookies, don't know. 27th ranked team. Exit Wounds, do not know. The 26th ranked team, Flu Season, we have Toonie, Emo Felt, Gerolamo, Gerolamo, and Wizzle. Your 25th ranked team, we have another girls team, Fire and Ice. You have Divine and Jeezy, Hustlerette, Jeter, Kissed. Depending on the matchup, it would be pretty cool to see like the both girls teams to go out on LAN to see who the better team is. But they could potentially get past through the first round. They have one of the best girl players on the team. Your 24th ranked roster team, they're called CG Esports. You got Boogie Kid Rockets, Dusty, Droopies, and Shockies. I'm not sure about Shockies. I think I've seen a tweet where he said he's sad that he can't make it. They might have a different fifth. But some of these guys are somewhat talented. Probably their first LAN. So I see them maybe losing like the first round, but bounce back in the loser bracket. It's a pickup. I'm assuming they're gonna get first rounded, double first rounded. I don't know who is on that team. Then you have Urban Majesty. You got Monkey Movements, Verity, Aim Viral Error. I'm assuming these guys play a lot of pickups because I see always Monkey streaming pickups. They're mechanically, I guess they're warmed up. They've been playing a while. Movements is one of the two players. Movements Accelerates who won that 2v2 tournament. Maybe he could help out with the LAN experience and for this roster. 21 ranked team. You got Unjustified. You got Provo, Prox, Supers, Fadeaway, and Mankind. I think this team could do well as long as they play together. Could potentially upset a team in the second round. Supers, talented young player. Fadeaway has a lot of experience on LAN. Aspiration Gaming. You got Brutes, Killer Sound, Terminus, and Cells, and Keanu. He is not the sub. I think he's playing. And FYC Shots is coaching. Not 100% sure on the roster fully, but they've been doing pretty well in scrims lately for Boston. So I could see this team, at least getting to the second round, maybe being the team and having a long, good loser bracket run. 19th ranked team, you got Ash, Incisive, SAS, Shadows, Lightning, and Shmei. Guys grinded the game enough. Ash and Incisive are your first 2v2 boxes champs. And Ash has been on the top European team. Incisive has been on a top European team as well. They're basically former pro players. So I could see them getting, depending on the bracket, they're definitely going to get by the first round. They're going to have a bye. Second round, I'm not too sure. Gotta know who they're playing against, but they could get by the second round, but I feel like they might have a long or a short loser bracket run, depending on the matchups. Your 18th ranked Gears of War team in the open bracket, we have Superless, or known as Beyblade, Curious, Simply Ret, Litre, and I think they picked up C-Tips last minute, which is not a bad pickup for this roster. To be honest, if they play together as a team, they'll do well. If they just play like it's those pickups and shoot for themselves, you see them getting double first rounded. Maybe win one game in the loser bracket. Exquisite. Don't know who this roster is. That's ranked 17th. Ranked 16th, you got Sinnohs, Accelerates, Cartoons, Subjections, and Dome Split is the King Arthur. Sinnohs has upsetted teams in the 2Ks before. Accelerates is a 2v2 champion. Subjections, I know personally, he's a very skilled upcoming player. Cartoons, he's very good at graphics. I don't know about playing Gears. Dome Split, I think he probably has a good IQ of the game. So they'll probably be a solid team. Maybe get past the second round, but lose to the third round team because they're a high ranked team, probably more skilled. Your 15th ranked team in the open bracket, we got Impact Gaming. You got Azuris, former teammate of mine. Got Shinies, Sensors, Pulse, and Homicide Inc. or Geo. Some solid, decent, really good players here. I can see them getting past first, potentially the second round, but when it gets to that third round matchup, I feel like it's going to be too tough for them to get by, and they're going to be in a long loser bracket run. You got Aporia Customs. You have Big Mark, Mence, Blossom, Chansey, and it's not Heinz, it's Demo. They recently picked him up just before the event. So you got two former pros on this roster. Big Mark, who's very good and talented with those precision weapons. Blossom and Chansey have been, those Gears of War 3 ranked grinding kids who are very annoying with their Lancer. That's what I've heard. So they got very good team play and slaying power if Mence and Demo do their thing. Chansey's actually a pretty good slayer as well. Played with him before in like pickups or whatever. So your 13th ranked team, you got Zone GG, you got Juju Beans, Trauma, Activist, Advanced IP, and Dashes. You got a lot of experience, old veterans on this team in Juju, Trauma, and Activist. Advanced IP, been noticing he's improved in his mechanical skill a lot more recently. Dashes, I'm not too sure if he took a break or not, but if he kept grinding, then same with him as well. Could see them getting past, 2 rounds, then get eliminated in the third, having a long loser bracket run. Your 12th ranked team in the open bracket, we have N3, No Name Noobs. Got Grow Guns, Jaws, Tilgen, Wob, and what's his name? Tilgen, Wob. You got Grow Guns, Tilgen. My apologies. Okay, you got Chubbs, Tilgen, Wob, Jaws, and Grow Guns. Okay, yeah, we're right. Get back into this. They've been grinding as a team together, chemistry-wise, as long as they keep that composure, which I'm pretty sure they do. They have a lot of experience. I can see them getting, past the second round, probably losing in the third round. But they could potentially upset a team in the third round because they've been practicing, and hopefully they have secret strats to make it past. I do not see them getting into champ bracket. Yeah, the next ranked team is the Gorilla Esports, or hashtag Gorilla Gang. You got Birdie, Perf, Thomas is Flash Moves, God Dazed, and Rep Solid will not be attending this event. They picked up Exhausted. They got three, former pros on the team. Exhausted plays top 12. I don't know if you consider that pro, but he's good on Slayer on land, gives a lot of hype to the team. God Days is the only one who's online and hasn't been to land yet, but he's a very skilled player. Flash has been there and hasn't had the right team in the past, but this is a really good roster for him. You got former pros on this roster, so they could make some upsets and make it and get through and get into the pool play, but they could also get an early exit but have a long loser bracket run like some of those teams, and past those teams have made it into pool play. So I could see this team being that long loser bracket run team, placing like top 16, top 20, even though they might not make it in the pools. 10th ranked Gears roster, you have 1K squad. You got Sickest, Maurice, T1 Sandman, Ofex. I think they're supposed to have Abusive. Maybe they have Nico back on the team because the Abusive, I don't know what's going on. He didn't show up to the LAN. But this team is pretty solid. They got a lot of chemistry. I could see them getting past, 2 rounds. But when it gets to that 3rd round matchup, depending who it is, probably gonna lose. Your 9th ranked Gears Award team, you got Gotti, Raiden, BQ, which is Deshaun, Wayne, which is Wayne Mercs, and then Deathwish. You got a lot of good Slayers on this team. As long as they play together, they could upset FYC, which would be in the 2nd or 3rd round. But if not, they're gonna have a great, good loser bracket run, in my opinion. So obviously, like I said, the 8th seed, you have FYC, you have Fnatic, DeFazio, Flash, Blast God, Blast. And it's not Exhausted. They picked up Scabsy instead. As I mentioned before, Exhausted is on Gorilla Gang or Gorilla Esports. Roster is pretty good. I could see them making it all the way through the open bracket and making it into pool play. The 7th ranked team in the open bracket, we got Lux Gaming, we got Abo, Red9, Zysho, Brave, Morality. These are our most talented young players that haven't been pro yet. I don't know about Abo in his place. Maybe he plays top 12 one time, but I'm not too sure. But I feel like this team has a lot of potential. Like they're probably gonna get into pool play. They have a lot more potential to placing like that top 12 or top 8 or even maybe top 6. Your 6th ranked team in the open bracket, we have Dome, Strafe, Inzum, Envies, and Cryolites. There's a lot of talented players on this team, but the X factor is going to be Cryolites if he performs like he does online into LAN, and he just has fun with the game and doesn't, I guess you could say shake or what's in his mind. I feel like he has a comfortable team that he has, and I think he'll perform a lot better than he has in the past. So this team could make it into pools or not. It's all up to Cryolites and Inzum. It's his first LAN as well. Your 5th ranked team, you have Cyclone, you have Fractures, Cougars, Legends, Exos, and Shadows. This is not the content creator Shadows. I think this team could potentially make it into pools. This team just has this firepower aggression that's in your face and just wants to end the game quickly. And next ranked team, 4th ranked team, we have Hive, we have TJ Force, Noe, Jeff Handles, and Demise. I think this is an automatic. They're getting to the pool, but that's their X factor in Noe. We don't know what he performs on LAN. Very good player online. This is his first LAN, but they're most likely going to play that team that I just mentioned in Cyclone. gonna be a crazy open bracket matchup. And both those teams look like they deserve it. But like I said earlier with the Gorilla Gang, if any of these teams do not make it, they're gonna have a crazy loser bracket run and upset teams in that perspective. Hydra GG, we got Noxious, Nunez, Jay Blazing, Seduceful, Retro. A lot of these players, you know, get very close to making it to pool play, never get there. And Noxious, I don't think he has placed top 8 in Gears of War 4, but this could be their chance. This could be their year where they have a good, bracket and make it in the pools. Um, have a good pool and make it like place third in that pool. Like they could do really well. It all depends on the matchups, in my opinion, with this team. But they're very solid, decent squad with experience. The number 2 ranked team, we got Fable Esports, you got Adverse, Involving, Prospect, Pinarino, and Arsogod. They also have a coach. They have some former pro players and experienced players that played on LAN. Of course, there's a phone. Sorry for that. That phone number keeps calling me every time. Come on now. Stop calling my phone if I don't answer. So what I was going to say, the number 2 ranked team, they got some really good players, but I feel like there's a lot of strong NA teams. So depending on the NA team they face, they could make it, or they'll have a nice, long, really good loser bracket run. And the number 1 ranked team in the open bracket is another LATAM team. We have Spawn, T Explicit, Reddens, Crystallize, and B God. Phoenix as the coach. This squad is pretty good. They've played on many North American lands before. They have the experience. They have some of the talent. I'm kind of confused why some of these players separated from each other, but it could bite them in the butt. And those 2 teams not making, they have a loser bracket run. Maybe play each other or something for who will be the better open bracket LATAM team. But I feel like that's what's gonna happen. And now I'm gonna go off to my bracket prediction. Fatal Ambition winning that. I'm gonna have Miss Roll win this first round matchup. I don't know who Culture Bowl is, so it just makes sense. This is a bye. These guys have buys. FYC has a bye. I have Fire and Ice and Never Sober. I'm gonna go with Fire and Ice girls. I think they could take them down. Then you have UGK Esports. Bye, okay. CG Esports and Fringe. I'm gonna have CG Esports take that. Yeah. Hive has a bye there. You have Encrypted Gaming carrying Apollo. I'm gonna give it with the upset. Carrying Apollo is gonna take that. You got some solid, good players there. Zone GG. That's a bye. That's a bye. Cyclone has a bye. We have TTR Gaming and then rookies. I'm gonna give it to the rookies. They're probably hungry. They have a bye. They have a bye. Fatal Atom has a bye. Yeah, Full Metal Gaming, Ladies FYC. I'm gonna give it to Full Metal Gaming. I'm pretty sure most of that rosters has the chemistry and the talent level to get by Ladies of FYC. You got Impact, a bye. Decimated, a bye. Lux Gaming has a bye. Yeah, Flu Season in C6. I'm gonna give it to C6 with the upset. Got 1K squad and a bye. It's a pickup and a bye. Hydra GG and a bye. I'm gonna give it to, you know what, the random ass team name. They probably did some, something. I don't know what they did, but I'm gonna give it to them. Aporia. Ash with buys. Morningstar Gaming in a buy. Exit Wounds or TLG. I'm gonna give it to Exit Wounds. It's a cooler name. Gorilla Gang. Urban Majesty. So in the second round, we'll go to back to the top. Yeah, Fatal Ambition and Misro. Fatal Ambition's gonna have a lot more top talent on that roster to get through. I think R3MMG is gonna make it through the next round. Just because I don't know who Exquisite is, but I do know what R3MMG is. Yeah, a former 2v2 champ, a guy who upsetted teams in 2Ks, and a young talented player in Subjection. You got FYC Esports and Fire Nice Girls. I'm sorry, girls, but you're gonna get taken out by FYC. They got a former pro player and a lot of hungry players that want to make it in the pool at the end of this event. UGK Esports and CG. I'm gonna give it to UGK Esports. I could see this being kind of a close game, like a close 2-0 for UGK. CG is not, lightly to be slept on, I have a feeling. Got Hive and Carrying Apollo. Hive, that's an easy 2-0. Got Zone GG and Aspiration Gaming. Aspiration Gaming beat them in a scrim recently, but they have some experience on Zone GG. I'm gonna give it the upset. Aspiration Gaming is gonna win that series. You have Cyclone and Rookies. You're gonna give that to Cyclone. The Spanish freaking aggressive players. You got N3 and Unjustified. GG. I'm gonna give it to experienced players in N3. Got Fatal Latum, Full Metal Gaming. Gonna give it to Fatal Latum. Impact Gaming and Decimate GG. I'm gonna give that to Impact. You got a lot more experience, good players on Impact. You got Lux Gaming and C6. Lux Gaming is gonna get an easy 2-0 right there. Then you have 1K Squad and It's a Pickup. I'm gonna give it to 1K Squad because that's a pickup. I don't believe in pickups. Then you got Hydra GG and this random weird team. I'm definitely giving it to Hydra. Got Aporia and Ash. Aporia, they haven't really played as much, and Ash, they have some people that play, on and off. But I'm gonna give it to Aporia. You got Demo on that team. It's gonna be a sweaty next third round. Got Morningstar Gaming Exit Wounds. Gonna give it to Morningstar Gaming. You have Gorilla Gang and Urban Majesty. Gonna give that to Gorilla Gang. Former pro players and experienced players on LAN. Now we're gonna go on to the third round, fellas. Gonna give that to Fatal Ambition. I'm sorry, R3MMG, but you're gonna get taken out by the #1 ranked team in open bracket. And you have FYC Esports, UGK Esports. I feel like FYC is gonna have a 2-0 in that one. Just have more experienced and a lot better practice. UGK is kind of a pickup team, so give that to FYC. Hive and Aspiration Gaming. Hive is going to have another easy 2-0. Just the quality of practice Hive gets, I'm just giving it to him. Then you have Cyclone versus N3. Gonna give that to Cyclone. Help them get to the next round. You have Fatal Latum and Impact. Gonna give that to Fatal Latum just because they have more experience against playing better players. Impact, some of those players are just coming back into gears. I just feel like they don't have good enough chemistry to beat that talented Fatal Latum roster. Lux Gaming, 1K Squad. Heard that 1K Squad hit their fifth, did not show up. So depending who that fifth is, I don't really know. So I'm going to give it to Lux Gaming. They've been performing very, very well online. And then the next round, we have Hydra GG and Aporia. This is probably the open bracket of death, I'm going to say. This is pretty tough, but I'm going to give it to Hydra GG only because they've been scrimming and 4 or at least 3 of the 5 players at roster just have so much chemistry. Aporia does have that chemistry, but they just haven't been playing. They're just winging it, showing up to LAN, trying to scare you and shake your boots. but I don't think that's gonna happen when you have a Noxious hero on your team. And you have Morningstar Gaming against Gorilla Gang. This is gonna be another crazy matchup in round 3. I can't believe that this whole thing is all on round 3. This is gonna be hard, but I'm gonna give it to the upset and give it to Gorilla Gang. I think they're gonna make it through, and like I said, I don't know about Inzum and Cryolites if he's, gonna perform. Maybe they are, they're comfortable, but Gorilla Gang, they have nothing to lose. They're just gonna play and do their thing. I know a lot of those players, what they can do on LAN. Played against some of them, and they're performers. Then we got your matches to get into pool play. Got Fatal Ambition against FYC Esports. This is a very tough one, but I think FYC Esports takes it. Like I said, I don't know why Fatal Ambition and Fable Esports kind of separated their top players into 2 different teams like that. Maybe if they went top heavy with their team, that one of them would make it through. But like I said, I think they just don't have enough talent to get past and get through FYC Esports. And this will be the first time FYC Esports will make it into pools. Then you have Hive and Cyclone. This is going to be a crazy matchup. But this is all depending on how Noe plays on LAN. But you know what? I'm gonna give it like the upset. I'm gonna give it to Cyclone, just because they're Europeans and they always play on crappy ping, and they're gonna make it into the pools. And then I have Fatal Atom and Lux Gaming. I'm gonna give that to Lux Gaming. Just the talent level is just far superior than Fatal Atom. Then you have Hydra GG and Gorilla Gang. Feel like this is their time for Hydra GG. Gorilla Gang, some of those players, they like just came back into the game, but I'm gonna give it to Hydra GG. Feel like after all the experiences and what they've been through, they're gonna get into pools. So these are my predictions. These are the people who I think are gonna get through. Yes, it's an upset for Hive not making it, but if this is the Cyclone that I know with how he is, then I feel like they could take that series, and Hive is not used to playing the Europeans like how they do, and it might throw them off guard. A lot of you are going to pick Hive, I know, but I got to put something in there, put some upsets, make it interesting. So I have FYC Esports, Cyclone, Lux Gaming, and Hydra GG. That means FYC Esports would go into Pool A. Lux Gaming would go into Pool B. Cyclone would go into Pool C. And Hydra GG would go into Pool D. And this would make either way, Pool C is going to be the pool of death if that's, I think, Ghost Gaming, Rise, and Speedy's team. That's just going to be unreal. Let's go into the loser bracket. That's a bye. These 2 are buys. So they're going to have a bye. Let me get through all these buys. Yeah, bye. No. Get through all these teams. Bye. As a bye. Yeah, that team has a bye. That team has a bye. That team has a bye. And there we go. Out of Urban, Majesty, and Coachables, I'm gonna have Urban Majesty take that one. Ash and Never Sober Ash team's gonna take that one. I'm gonna give it to BW taking that one. Encrypted Gaming, it's a pickup. That's a pickup team. I just feel like they're not gonna win. Decimate GG and TTR. Decimate's gonna win that. Unjustified GG and Ladies FYC. I'm sorry, Ladies FYC, but talent level on Unjustified is just too much. Then you have Zone GG and Flu Season. I'm gonna give it to Zone GG with the experience. CG Esports and Roblox Pros. I'm gonna give it to CG Esports. Then we have Exquisite and TLG, just by their seeding and where they're ranked. I'm just gonna give it to Exquisite, and I'm gonna give it to Exquisite again. And then for CG Esports and Fire Nice Girls, I'm gonna give it to CG Esports. Zone GG and Carrying Apollo, I'm gonna give it to Zone GG. Unjustified GG and Rookies, I'm gonna give it to Unjustified GG. Decimate GG and Full Metal Gaming, giving it to Decimate. Out of these two teams, I'm gonna give it to Encrypted Gaming, just for, you know, having the chemistry. Out of Ash and this weird team, giving it to Ash. Out of Urban Majesty and Exit Wounds, giving it Urban Majesty. And then in loser round 4, giving it to N3 for experience. Aspiration Gaming and Ash, giving it Aspiration Gaming because of the mechanical skill they have on this roster. UGK Esports and Encrypted Gaming, giving it to UGK Esports for chemistry. Well, not chemistry, but just mechanical skill and talent. R3MMG and Decimate, gonna give it to R3MMG. Just because the talent level is just far more, I feel like. Morningstar Gaming, I should justify, and Morningstar is easily going to take that one. Then you have Emporia and Zone GG. These guys are just going to be screaming at each other, but Emporia is going to be taking this one. Then you have 1K Squad and CG Esports. I'm going to give this to 1K Squad, but it'll be a close series. And then Exquisite and Impact, going to give it to Impact. Then out of these two teams, I'm going to give it to 1K Squad just because they have more chemistry and they've been playing a lot, grinding the game more. And I have Emporia and Morningstar Gaming. Emporia is going to shake their boots and scream in those little boys' faces and get by. UGK Esports and R3MMG. Going to give that to UGK Esports. They just have far more talent level. Then you have N3 and Aspiration Gaming. Gonna give that to N3 just for the experience level, and they understand what they need to do. Out of these teams, Fable Latum's gonna make it through. And out of UGK Esports and Gorilla Gang is gonna make it through. Out of Fatal, Ambition, and Emporia, you know what? They're gonna be on a roll after just screaming, going off. Bam! They're gonna get right through. They're gonna get through Fatal Ambition with all this momentum flowing, beating all these teams, screaming. You know, starting off with this team screaming at them. They're getting pumped up, and they're gonna beat up these little ass kids, as they would say. Beat them up 2-1 probably. Be a close series. Then they'll be motivated to even beat up these Latum teams and scream at their faces, even though they're not going to understand each other. And then I'm going to have Hive making it out of that. Let me get through here. I could, okay, there we go. Then out of these teams, I'm going to have Gorilla Gang. I just don't feel confident in these Latum teams. And then Hive's definitely pissed off after what happened, and they're gonna make it through. Emporia's run is gonna be over. Just too much energy used into those series, and that's my prediction on what's gonna happen in Boston. Either way, this could be Cyclone. Who knows? That's a very close one. So this is the loser bracket, just so you guys could take a look at it again. That's my loser bracket. And wait. The fuck? Oh, that's my that's my loser bracket. And this is my winners bracket. just so you have an idea of what's going on. There you go. And that is the prediction video, and I hope you guys enjoy that. Thank you to everyone DM me on your rosters so I could figure it out and do my prediction video. Let me know what I could do better, and peace.